Awesome. Welcome everybody. Finally here. This is our fall 2022 launch day. Yeah, Spirit Finger Jazz Hands. That's how we celebrate. This event is being recorded, so if I mess up, we can laugh at myself later. But if you're joining us live later or now, we welcome you. We will be showcasing today our students' final projects from DevPoint Lab's part-time web development course. We will also be showcasing the students and their projects on DevPoint Lab's YouTube channel and also on our website at devpointlabs.com/launch. We will first hear from each group's team lead before showcasing the projects. The projects that we will be showcasing today are House of Sweets and Botonics. Afterwards, we will hear from their lead instructor from the part-time course, Henry Doan. And then we'll have some closing remarks from Will and myself. But let's go ahead and get started. We'll showcase our first project today. It'll be House of Sweets. The developers for this project are Hector Gonzalez, Jordan Holm, Eric Perkins, and Andrew Gartner. We will now hear from their team lead, Henry Doan, and then we will play their video. So go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, House of Sweets is one of those projects that are very relevant to today's world, even though Halloween is coming up this Monday. So definitely a very usable product indeed. And the project has came along quite a lot from the beginning days. And now it's a really remarkable app. And I'll let the students kind of show it off and tell them themselves.
Hey there, my name is Jordan, and this is our project, House of Sweets. We will click register down here to make ourselves an account, and we will go a good name. Put in our name and our username, and we'll put in an email address, if I typed it right, and then a password. And then we'll agree to the terms and conditions and get started.
All right, my name is Eric, and from here, we are in the home page, and we have a carousel system to view 3 separate houses, and we get these houses from a randomizer that just pulls from the database that we have all of the houses in. And from here, you can just click on one of them, and it will take you to a house detail page, which has all the information for user scores and the address, city, and the average scores and so on.
Hey, my name is Hector, and from here, you have the options to add to your favorite, any house. And after that, if you like the house, you can go ahead and rate it. Candy and Scary from 1 to 5, and leave a comment if you like it or not. And you also are able to edit and update your score and change your comment.
Hello, my name is Andrew, and to keep going forward with the houses page, we have here a filter system in the top left where we can go ahead and filter out the houses based on which area you're looking for. If you'd like to see all the houses that we have on the website, you can go ahead and click all, and it'll bring us to the page with all the houses that we have. Here it'll display each different house, a picture of the house, and the name and some of the ratings that people have left under it. So we have here 2 symbols, a candy and a ghost. The candy will go ahead and represent the average score that specific house has for candy. And the ghost will go ahead and display the average score for the scariness. And so users will be able to go into each little house. They could choose to add to their favorites. They could go ahead and rate it and edit and delete a house, depending on what they'd like to do. We can go ahead and add any house that we'd like. So say if you were on the road and you visited a house that's not on the website, you can go ahead and add it by putting in their house or their name, the address, and the city they're in. You could also add an image of the house that maybe you took or you saw. But if you leave it blank, we also have a stock image that'll go ahead and display for you. Once we add it, it'll go ahead and add it to the bottom of the list. That way people can go ahead and use that and rate it depending on their experience. Same way as Hector showed us moments ago. But yeah, here we have this house, and we can go ahead and add it to our favorites, and our favorites will go ahead and display it on the profile page.
All right, and then here's our profile page, displays our username here, and then the functionality to edit your profile. And then from here, it will display our favorites list. So that way, come next year, we know what houses we want to visit. And that is our application. And we can click log out here, and then we're ready to go for next time. And that's House of Suites. Thank you.
Nice. Great job, guys.
Great job, House of Suites. Fantastic. That's going to be great for everyone, especially the kids. Next up, we definitely we have our last group that we'll be showcasing. We have Botonics. The developers for this project are Austin Hill, Leonardo Fuchs, Christian Green, Joy Nichols, and Brennan Lovato. We will now hear from their team lead, Michael Chung. Go ahead, Michael.
So Botonics, you guys were a great team. You guys had a lot of issues, but you guys worked through them and you guys learned from it. Yeah, your guys' app, I guess, is good at the moment because houseplants, because it's fall. Your houseplants won't die. Yeah. Go Mike.
All right, this is our app Botanics. This is our welcome back page, and I'll be using that since I already have a user. If not, we go to sign up, follow these steps. All right, and this is the landing page it sends you to. This will be where all of your plants are. What our app does is categorizes plants, mainly indoor house plants, that you can organize, list, and add notes on what you need to do with them, whether it's propagation, dealing with pests and diseases. You can add those issues and deal with them there. You can edit and delete, add notes for them. There we go. And we've got this carousel right here that will display all of the plants that you add to your plans. And if you delete them, it'll take it away from there as well. So, okay, takes it away. Then drop that image. Takes it just a second. There we go. All right, and then if you scroll down here, we've got a newsletter that you can enter your email in, hit subscribe, it can send you information. And other than that, let me go into propagation. So propagation, let's see, third problem. There you can enter in your methods for propagation and then the results that you got from it, whether it worked, it was successful, or it was a failure, and you can keep track of those. That will edit, and then of course we can delete them if you need them gone. All right, so that's kind of the main page that we've got here. And then if you scroll down to our footer, we've got our About Us page.
and this is our team that created the app. And we'll go around and talk a little bit about what we each touched on. Austin, you want to start?
Yeah, I'm Austin. I worked on some of the providers, and my main focus was thinking about house page. You're seeing them.
Nice. All right,
So
and
next, my name is Joy, and I worked on the home pages, the home headlines, and I also created the some of the plant components, but I did not style them. I'll have to give that honor back to Christian. If you want to tell him what you did, Christian.
yeah, so Joy did all of the back end work for me on this page, and I came through later styling it and kind of, made it look more like what we were going for here, and added some images and some more text and buttons and things. But yeah, that's what I did to work on that. All right, and Leo.
Hey, my name is Leo, and I worked on the user authentication mostly, as well as the login register page and the user profile page.
Nice. And we have full user authentication here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. And Brennan.
So I did back-end work with the rest of my team, and then also designed and styled the nav bar and footer.
Nice. Awesome. So that's our project. We do have some new features that we're wanting to implement and add later just to make things built out a little bit better. Let me show you. If you click on a plant, you got the coming soon section, be able to add plants to your list as well as a wish list function. So yeah, that will be coming soon.
Yay, Christian.
Great job, guys. That was awesome.
Great job.
Trying monotone voice the whole time.
Hey, I know what that's like.
Same.
Great job, everyone. We will now hear from the lead instructor of the part-time course, Henry Doan. He will be followed by Will, who'll give us some closing remarks, and then I will give us a toast and send you off your way. Go ahead and take it away, Henry.
Thank you, Mark. But yeah, congratulations. It's been a long and stressful journey, but we had some good times here and there. But kind of look in perspective of how far you came. Some of you, if not most of you, came in with no experience, haven't even touched a line of code before, and now you build a whole fully functional application, and that's pretty impressive. And not only that, you did it within a month, which is even more impressive because usually with these projects, they will go through different stages and different types of environments, but you all condensed that all in the time allocated to you all. But yeah, congratulations and good job with everything that you did so far. What I would recommend in my final advice here is to kind of invest in yourself, because after this course, what you have is not going to just help you, it's going to also kind of elevate you to the next level. The degrees as well as the certificate that you get from here, that doesn't get you a job. It's you that gets you a job. So invest in yourself, invest in your skills, invest in new skills, and keep doing what you are doing. And kind of explore the world out there, because there's a lot of things that we talked about and some things that we just brushed just a little bit on. So you can definitely explore those out for sure. Not only that, also don't be afraid to kind of fail as well as handle rejections and errors, because those are kind of what makes us have a little bit more experience. Because the difference between a senior developer and a junior developer is that a senior developer just handles more errors. Not only that, they also know how to solve them and kind of go through those process from there. And that all just takes time and all just takes experience. So kind of get out there afterwards and even start with some freelancing, personal projects, and keep doing what you are doing from there. And I can't wait to see what you all come up with and build next.
Awesome. Thank you, Henry. Now Will, and then I will close out with my remarks.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. I am bougie, so I have slides. Just give me a thumbs up if you see what next. Awesome. So my closing remarks are really just directed purely towards the students, and it's to kind of talk to you all about what next. And I wanted to talk to you in a sense of you've had 11 weeks and you've had a lot of instruction in 11 weeks. You've kind of been told what to build, when to build it, when it's due, what you need afterwards, kind of the whole step and the whole process. And I would say the first thing you should do, no matter what, no matter how you feel you did during the course, how you feel about the project, how you feel about anything at all, the first thing you should do after graduating is to congratulate yourself. First and foremost, I will be the first to tell you most people will not take 11 weeks and all of their nights basically throughout the weekday to learn a new skill. That's just something people aren't willing to commit to do. And you all committed and were willing to do it for the 11 weeks. And so it is time to celebrate a little bit. And so I would say for, Saturday, Sunday, throughout the weekend, make sure to celebrate a little bit. Spend some time with friends and family that you haven't been able to throughout the evenings because of class. Spend some time with them this weekend. Spend some time with people who also sacrificed. You're not the only ones who sacrificed to go through this course. Spouses, kids, friends may have sacrificed their time with you. You may have missed some events due to classes and things like that. This weekend is the time to make up for that lost time. But after you've kind of gone through the weekend, kind of more so to what Henry said, the next step is very simple. It's to get your ass back to work. Because the truth is, what you know now may not get you a job necessarily. What you know 2 weeks from now, if you continue to learn and continue to grow, may. And that's the real differentiator between, starting your career sooner rather than later, is how much are you willing to progress after the course as well, not just relying on the merits of a certificate, as Henry was saying. So really, let's talk about it. Let's give you some actual advice. What are the next steps? The first thing is to start building a network. Don't just hope to run into the right people at a meetup. Build a process, follow up consistently, and do things for other people. And when I mean do things for other people, a great step to get freelance work is not necessarily paid freelance work, but if you know a friend or a family member that needs a site maintained or created, that is the best first step you have to start creating a portfolio that isn't just your own personal projects. Botanics is great, House of Sweets is great, but that's still in other people's minds a more personal project. When you're building something for a client more so, and really specifically somebody you know and it's live, that really kind of pushes your portfolio a lot further, and then you start building your network. The second thing for you is to focus on your projects. Focus on the languages you were taught if you're focusing on a job there. If you're applying for a job outside of that realm, now it's really time to learn how to not only further your own current languages that you know, but how to learn another one as well. My best suggestion is to go deeper into what you already know first to get comfortable into a language, and then you can widen out later in your career as you see fit or as you see the opportunities arise. The third thing here would be to target companies and not necessarily listings. Look at companies that fit the stack that you want to be in, or really kind of come to the idea that salary isn't going to be a big deal at this point in time for you, because are you writing $100,000 a year code right now? Truthfully, probably not. Will you get there? Absolutely, if you don't stop. So don't just focus on listings and pay scale. Focus on companies that are going to help you increase your production value, which means how much is your code worth? If you feel like your code's worth $15 now, can your code be worth 30, 50, 60, 80, $100 an hour 2, 3, 6, 8 months from now? And that's the real goal. So really target the companies that are going to push you forward early on, rather than just the listing of, you know, oh, this is purely remote work from home and it has a high salary. If it's that, but you're not really progressing, you're going to be stuck in a position for a long time. And the last thing, and I think I spelled practice incorrectly on the first one, so it's precitus. I apologize there. Practice, practice, practice. And I mean this with the bottom of my core in this phrase. You do need to continue studying like your future job depends on it, because truthfully, it does. What you do now from when you get a job really is the differentiator between how fast it takes for you to land a career into this industry. Apologies. All right, projects to work on. One of the biggest things that people tell me is, well, what if I don't have any projects to work on? Well, I'll tell you 3 right now. First, a personal portfolio website. Secondly, a primary portfolio project, as Botonics was talking about. You have more features to build those features out if you have nothing else going on. That will only further your project, further your portfolio, and further your skill set if you keep on working on the things you already have. A passion project is something else as well. Say, you know, I'm done with this primary portfolio project. I want to build something for myself. As long as you're building something, I think that is the right thing to do. And as long as you are continually working towards a project. If you wake up one morning and go, I don't know what I'm doing today, that's your first problem right there. Lastly, here is to focus on some coding challenges and whiteboard interviews. It's going to come up. It's going to happen. You can't avoid the inevitable whiteboard interviews that possibly may happen, and the take-home projects that are going to happen for you to get a job. So practice on them. Google them, look for advice in the alumni channel. There's a lot of avenues for you to really look at there. The one thing I think is important for you to really kind of, note into the entire process is, now that you've graduated, we kind of gave you a process to give you a plus, minus, and equal in a sense in the course. And what I mean by plus, minus, equal is it's an eternal way for you to always grow. And in development, I think you should always look at trying to have a plus, minus, equal in your life in the development terms. And so plus means to learn from someone who has more experience than you. Learn from a mentor, whether it's somebody at work, whether it's somebody you know that is great in development. Henry could be a good mentor in certain terms. Somebody who you can still learn from. That's your plus. A minus is somebody you can teach this concept to as well. If you have young kids, this is a great way to solidify your own understanding by trying to teach them the basics of code. Because if you can teach it, then you truly understand it. So that's the minus portion there. Equal is something that I think is important for all of you here. You have plenty of peers within your cohort right now. And equal is people who are equal or close to your skill set to engage and connect with someone who has the same experience and similar skill set as you, so you can push each other as well. So if you can find that early on, find a plus that you are going to learn from, find a minus that you are going to teach, and find an equal that you can push each other to improve on a consistent basis. And I promise you, you'll really start seeing a lot of improvement even outside of the course, because our goal now isn't only for you to enjoy the 11 weeks that you are here, but it's for you to understand that programming is going to be an eternal learning principle. And once you figure that out, the faster you learn that way and that process for yourself, the easier it's going to get and the faster you're going to get there. Whenever you do go through a whiteboard interview, and I promise all of you, it's going to happen at some point in time. Even if you get your very first job, at some point in time in your career, you're going to be rejected. And a lot of times you're going to bomb your interview. You're either going to bomb the whiteboard interview, you're going to bomb something where you just didn't know the answer. And I think just to give you a little bit of context in that, DHH, the founder of Rails, he himself said this, and I think this is a really poignant fact. He says, "Hello, my name is David. I would fail to write bubble sort on a whiteboard. I look up code on the internet all the time. I don't do riddles." The founder of Rails himself is saying he likely is going to fail whiteboard interviews at times. So if he's going to fail, I would highly suggest for all of you to don't take that personal. Don't take a failure personally. Take it as a challenge to see what else you can improve on. and what's the next position that you need to apply for. Overall, in the very end, more than anything, I think this is an important concept because motivation comes and goes. And I think enthusiasm is also another typo there. I'm sorry. Enthusiasm is also common, but the biggest thing that I think is the difference between success and failure in programming is endurance. How long you're willing to continually learn on a daily basis. Tell yourself that I'm going to spend 2 hours a day improving my craft every single day until I get a job. And even when I do get a job, I probably will need to do it because I don't only want to end up as a junior developer my entire life. I want to move to a mid, and I want to move to a senior, and I want to become movers and shakers into this industry as well. And in order to do so, you cannot rely on the merits of these 11 weeks. You will have to rely on the merits of your day-to-day actions to improve as well. That's all I have for you today. Those are my closing remarks. I wish you all the very best. I just wanted to let you know at the very end here, there's some resources that I have. I'll send this PDF out to all of you. There are some very good articles in here that talk about the way to apply, why people struggle. There's a lot of things here as well. And the last thing I would like to say, and it's just reiterating what Henry said, don't be a stranger to DevPoint after the cohort. Talk to us. I would love to hear your success stories. I would love to hear when you get a job. I would love to hear if you're going through an interview and you're nervous and you're looking for some pointers. I think that is something that is really important to us because your success ultimately equates to our success. So we want to see you succeed throughout the process, and we want to see you get into this industry and break through. And, you know, hopefully one of these days we start contacting you to become the DevCon alumni attendees to come in and tell us how cool it is to work at certain companies and be at certain places. And I honestly can't wait for that, because then it comes full circle. You know, it's like, then instead of me being like, oh yeah, this is a student I knew one day, it's like, oh yeah, they were a student of ours one day and look at where they are now. And that's like probably the biggest joy that we can have. So please, please, please don't be a stranger. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Will. I will definitely get you hooked on phonics so you can practice your spelling. I'm just kidding.
I apologize there. There was a handful of little typos there.
Hey, it worked for me. Yeah, as a reminder, just want to let everyone know that you can find our graduating students and their projects on DevPoint Labs YouTube channel, and also on our website, devpointlabs.com/launch. I'd like to give a special thanks, obviously, to the Henry and Michael, instructor and TA. They're really with you in the trenches learning this, especially Michael, the panda bear up there. So don't feel like you can't reach out to them even when the class is over. You'll also be put into as students in a private Slack channel where you'll be a part of the DevPoint Lab community. Feel free to always reach out to us or to Henry, to Michael, Panda Bear, and also find a mentor there in that Slack channel. They know exactly what you're going through because they've been in your shoes. They started the course, they graduated, they're typically at somewhere now. So finding a mentor or finding help or getting questions answered, reach out into our Slack channels. They're there to help you, and they've been around for a long time. But again, thank you to the staff and to Henry and Michael for guiding you along the way. Obviously, thanks to the admin, Will, me, Ty, myself. I didn't really, Will was trying to do the games during the hackathons, but hopefully they were fun, and we'll get together. And if we do another Among Us for an alumni, come out, kill Will, vote him off. I don't know, not me. But no, hopefully we'll get you all to come back. But for now, my greatest joy is I get to see the opportunity of you starting the course. A lot of the times I'm your first point of contact for DevPoint Labs, and it's great to see you go through your journey and kind of where you are today, but it's even more so fulfilling to see what you do after the course is over. Do not stop, stay on that grind and continue your journey. But for now, let's raise our glasses, toasts. Cheers to you, all new DevPointers. Congratulations. This is to you.
Yeah.
I like the Starbucks coffee, Austin. That was great.
It's like when you turn 21 and you pretend like you've never drank before.
Yeah, every once in a while. But yeah, that is it for this. Go out there, get a job. Hopefully we'll see you in the future. Yeah, congratulations.
Congrats, guys.